Hey, how's it going? It's Ethan and Colin with HustlePaintball.com. Today we're going to talk about the difference between a flatline barrel and a linear barrel. A lot of people have been emailing in and calling and asking us questions like, how much distance am I really going to get out of this flatline barrel? Is it a big difference or a small difference? What is it? Is it really worth the money? Well, we're going to go outside and we're just about to show you. What I've got here is a Tippmann Custom Pro with the flatline barrel installed on it. And Colin's got the Tippmann 98 Custom Basic with just a stock barrel on it.
And as many of you know, pretty much every paintball gun out there is going to come with a linear barrel. It doesn't have any rifling inside, and it really doesn't do anything special other than direct the ball on the path you want it to fly. Some people have asked, if I get a longer barrel, is it going to make my ball go any further? The answer simply is no. Whether you have an 8-inch barrel or an 18-inch barrel, it's going to do the same thing. It's not putting any spin on the ball, and unless you have something exotic like the flatline, you're not going to get any bigger distance out of the shot.
So we're going to head outside and we're going to shoot these both from the same exact distance. We're going to go out with markers. We're going to show you exactly how much extra distance you can get with the flatline barrel.
So you may be wondering, how exactly is the flatline barrel going to give you any extra distance when you're out in the field? Ethan, can you address that for us?
Well, actually, you can kind of tell from here, as you see the ball enters the barrel kind of low and then exits a little bit higher. If we took the shroud off, you'd be able to see that the barrel is actually curved. What all flatline barrels do, regardless of the shroud they're in, whether it's A5 or the X7, or in this case the 98, they're all curved and they put backspin on the ball. That's what gives it that extra trajectory, gets it that extra distance, and we're going to go outside soon and we're going to see if that actually works.
You know, Ethan, because it's putting the backspin on the ball, does it have any more friction coming out of the barrel, or is there concern with the velocity? You're going to need to adjust that once you put this on your barrel?
As with any barrel change or any modification to your gun, you always want to check the velocity before every time you play. Sometimes you'll put on an upgrade that's going to increase the velocity. In the case of the flatline, generally it decreases the velocity, but it can vary for gun to gun, person to person. So always check after you do any sort of modification or upgrade to your gun.
All right. Well, should we go try it out?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay guys, we're outside now. We're going to go ahead and do this test to see how much more distance we can get out of the flatline versus your standard linear barrel. Ethan's going to run out there and mark the spots for us. I'm going to try not to hit him with the paintball when I'm shooting, but he needs to get close to make sure it's there, so he knows what he's doing.
Remember, we're not trying to measure out exact inches where these paintballs each landed. We're going to find a general grouping where the ones with the linear barrel landed, and then a general grouping where the ones with the flatline landed. Trust me, you'll be able to see the difference.
So while Ethan's running out there, I just want to let you guys know, we went ahead and chronoed these guns before we did this test, so the velocity is not going to be a factor in this. Alright, looks like Ethan's in place. We're going to go ahead and fire our first shot. As Ethan marks that, he's going to get a good idea where that landed. Then we're going to fire a few more shots to make sure we all land in the same area. Looks good. Now we're going to switch to our Tippmann 98 Custom Pro with the flatline barrel installed and see just how much farther we can go. So here we are with our flatline setup. We're going to go ahead and get started. Ethan's running a little further down the field to make sure he's right there to see the balls when they land. Let's go ahead and start with our first shot. So he got a good mark on that one. I'm now going to do the same and fire a few more shots to make sure we're landing in the same area. Alright, looks good. As you can see, the flatline is obviously shooting a lot farther than the linear barrel. We're going to measure this out and we'll go back inside and tell you the exact differences, at least a good baseline for it. And then we'll talk a little bit more about why the flatline barrel might be the right barrel for you.
Well, we finished our outdoor testing, and what we found was even though both of these guns had the same velocity, the gun with the linear barrel fired on average 181 feet. Now, the gun with the flatline barrel fired over 100 feet farther, on average 287 feet.
You know, Ethan, Tippmann actually advertises that you're going to get at least 100 extra feet distance out of the flatline barrel.
That's absolutely right. That's good advertising right there. Our testing has completely confirmed that.
So if you're thinking that the flatline barrel might be the right barrel for you, there's a couple things to bear in mind. Number one, you saw the extra distance you're going to gain with this. If you play in close quarters combat scenario settings like that, this may not be the barrel you want to put on your gun.
That's absolutely right. In addition, if you play in forest or really dense wooded areas, really anywhere where you're not going to be able to take advantage of a nice, long, open shot, the flatline is probably not right for you. While it's really effective, and as you can see, clearly gets quite a bit more distance, the thing is, when you play in an area like close quarters battle or a dense wooded area, you can't take advantage of the long shot, and the strange trajectory of the backspinning ball makes it a little bit inaccurate at close range. So you may actually want to look at a nice linear barrel, upgrade from stock, give us a call, let us know what you're looking for, and we'll be able to steer you in the right direction. But if you're one of the many players that plays in open fields, where there's bunkers and there's no overhanging obstacles, the flatline can really be great for you.
Definitely.
I think we pretty much covered this.
I think we did. You know, if you guys have any questions or if you have any comments on what we've talked about here today, send us an email, videos@hustlepaintball.com. Also, that's where you're going to be able to send us ideas for future videos.
Absolutely.
We'd like to hear from you. Remember, you can get all of this gear, the flatline barrel, the guns, anything else you may need at hustlepaintball.com. Thanks for joining us today, guys. We'll see you soon.
Thanks again.